Good morning, dear students. Today we will talk about the formation of past perfect continuous tense. At our last lesson, we talked about the past perfect simple tenses formation and the usage, and we gave several examples and we did an exercise together with you. But this time we will talk about the formation and about the usage of past perfect continuous tense. So first of all, let me give you some examples. Then we will analyze the differences between them by translating those sentences. So the first example, for example, I had been reading a horror story and I was feeling scared. The next example is I had read all my magazines and I was getting bored. Pay attention to the difference between these two sentences. In the first one, I gave you past perfect continuous, an example in the tense form of the past perfect continuous. I had been reading. Pay attention. So had been, you know that auxiliary verb, yeah, it's given in the past perfect tense, past perfect tense, yeah, and we should add ing to the stem of the main verb or the so-called participle one of the notional verb. Participle one or even present participle, we may call it. I had been reading a horror story and I was feeling scared. So if we pay attention to the action here, the action started in the past and continued during a certain period of time, and by an exact time in the past it stopped. I had been reading a horror story and I was feeling scared. So in the second one, I had read all my magazines and I was getting bored. Here, as you can see, it's given in the past perfect simple tense. I had read. So in both example, the action already stopped, already finished. The difference is in the first one, the action continues during a long period of time. By an exact time. It continues and stops by an exact time. The next example is Dad had been cooking all afternoon and it smelled great. Dad had been cooking all afternoon and it smelled great. The next example, Dad had cooked the dinner and so he asked me to wash up. Dad had cooked the dinner and so he asked me to wash up. So again, in the first one, I gave an example in the past perfect continuous tense. In the second one, past perfect simple tense. The next example is as soon as I'd taken the medicine, I felt better. As you can see, again, I gave an example in the past perfect simple tense. As soon as I had taken, yeah. I had taken. I gave an abbreviation here. I gave a contraction here, short form. Instead of I had, I used I'd with the help of the apostrophe. So as soon as I'd taken the medicine, I felt better. I'd been taking the medicine for 2 days before I started to feel better. So if we translate this sentence into Uzbek, o'zimni yaxshi his qila boshlagunimcha 2 kun oldin men 2 kun davomida men bu dorini qabul qildim. I had been taking the medicine for 2 days before I started to feel better. If you can see, I had been taking here an example to the past perfect continuous tense. So let's continue then again. Dear students,